So what I want to do on this is I want to create a stroke that goes around the outside of this. And since this is actually composed of multiple shapes, it's going to be a little tricky to do if I just grab this and I decide, just for sakes of appearance, I'm just going to go ahead and do a really vibrant color just to show you what I'm talking about here. So notice when I'm creating the stroke and I'm putting it on there, see what it's doing is it's actually starting to put a stroke around that shape and around the shape on top of it. And I don't really want that. I just want that stroke to be on the exterior portion of the logo. So what I'm going to do is this. I am going to duplicate this and I'm going to come over here to Pathfinder and I'm going to join them. What this is going to do is it's going to create one shape through this entire piece. And then once I've done that, I'm going to do offset path. This offset path is going to create a brand new shape on the outside portion of this. And depending on your logo, you still may need to make some adjustments to this so it's not exactly the same as mine because I've got this gap and stuff that's in between here. But the offset, the higher the number, the further away it goes from the shape. The lower the number, the closer it is. So with this, I'm going to go a little more extreme. And then the join. The join has to do with what's happening on these corner edges. Notice when it's on round, it's got this little kind of rounded bubble edge. If it's on miter, it's got a straighter edge. And if it's on bevel, it'll do kind of an angled edge, like a 45 degree, or I don't know exactly what degree that is. But it just depends on the look you're going for. For this particular one, since I've already got it set to be sharp, I'm going to go ahead and leave it as a mitered edge. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. And I'm going to go ahead and click OK. If you're not seeing it happen on your screen, it's because this little checkbox is turned off. So go ahead and turn that one on just so you can see what's happening. And I'll click OK. For now, I'm just going to throw a color on here just so I can see what it looks like. And you'll notice now what it's doing is it's actually putting the color on the outside, but I have these as separate shapes and I've already got these different tones. So what I can do is I can just move this up here. Let me ungroup this. There's the individual piece for that stroke or offset path and that offset path. I can bring these over and I'm just going to arrange and send to back. Then what I can do is I can move this thing around. And now I've got a shape, although it's not that great looking, but I've got a shape that's underneath of my existing logo. So the idea is first I combined these together, then I did offset path and I ungrouped them to pull this over here. So if I then want to change this back to a grayscale color, maybe it's something like that. So that I can see the piece that's there. And the thing that's nice with this shape is now I can actually go in with direct select and I can manipulate any one of those anchor points. I could grab this edge and round it off a little bit more. You'll see the number that's showing up next to the R. That's your radius. It's just what angle it's going to curve that off. So if I'm typing something in right here, you'll also notice up here at the top, the corners were changing when I was moving that. The reason I'm pointing that out is if you decide, hey, I kind of like that rounded edge now instead of the sharp edge, I can come up here and just for sake of ease, I'm just going to type in 20 instead. That way, when I click on this one, I can come over on this side, type 20 in as well, and it's exactly the same all the way across. But then if I were to go in and make color adjustments and stuff to this, which is coming up in the next assignment, you can. So that is how you do a offset path if you wanted to put an outline around the entire thing if it's been made of several different individual objects.